Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I've got just a couple of questions here, and I don't want you to take these as being contentious. I want to understand where we're headed here. On the HFC question, China can claim Article 5 developing country status, which gives it a longer period of time to phase down as opposed to the United States. Is that going to cause us difficulty going forward where they can use this in what I would think of would be an anti-competitive nature? What's the situation on that?
Thank you, Ranking Member Risch. You are correct. China, looking back at the long history of the Montreal Protocol, they are in fact classified as an Article 5 party in part because those classifications were made many years ago. And it is accurate, they do have additional time to make the reductions in HFC production and consumption because of that. But I think overall, we do not believe it really gives them a competitive advantage because fundamentally what the Kigali Amendment is doing is it's pushing global markets away from HFCs and towards HFC alternatives. And if you look at the nature of these businesses now, China's actually quite strong in the HFC production and consumption business. They're the world's largest producer and consumer of HFCs, whereas where we're pushing these markets towards alternatives, U.S. industry has a competitive advantage in that area, and we are the world's leader in developing and deploying alternatives. And so I think overall, you're right, there are some accommodations there. But I think at a strategic level, where this amendment is pushing these technologies is absolutely to the benefit of U.S. businesses, and that's why we've heard so much from them.
That's clarifying. Thank you. I appreciate it. And one more question on China having to do with the tuna fishing. Do they operate under a similar treaty with these countries or not?
My understanding is they do not have a similar multilateral arrangement with these governments, and that's part of what I was talking about. The arrangements that they operate under are far less clear and transparent in nature.
I get that. I can't imagine they wouldn't take advantage of that situation, whether it be seasons or amount of catch or anything else. With all due respect, you said that these would be, my words, not yours, trend-setting or the gold standard or what have you. Can't imagine China would look to us for that kind of guidance, but one can always be hopeful. In any event, it's got to be done. I understand that, and I hope it works better than what I think it's going to work. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.